A deep disaster is brewing at Ferrari. Legendary driver Lewis Hamilton is at a terrible crossroads. After a series of disappointing performances, he now faces a must-do choice: retire from the sport he has mastered or continue under unbearable pressure. It's not just about racing, it's a contract problem, about a legacy in danger of being tainted, and about a champion being asked to recognise that his glory days are over. Lewis Hamilton's move to Ferrari was hailed as a fairy tale union. A 7-time champion, the most dominant force in F1's modern era, joining the most storied team in history. It was a move that promised redemption for both parties. For Hamilton, an unprecedented 8th world title with a third team, and for Ferrari, an end to their decades-long championship drought. But the dream has quickly soured. The Hungarian Grand Prix, a circuit where Hamilton holds a record 8 victories, was his worst weekend of the season, leaving him in a state of self-criticism that stunned the world. He now sits 6th in the 2025 Drivers' Championship with 109 points, trailing his teammate Charles Leclerc, who is 5th with 151 points. This isn't the form of a champion, it's a downfall that has everyone questioning what comes next. The Hungarian GP was a double whammy for Hamilton, a weekend of pure agony on a track he once owned. He missed out on a place in Q2 by a mere 0.015 seconds to Stakes Gabriel Bortoleto, a rookie in his first F1 season. To add insult to injury, his teammate, Charles Leclerc, went on to deliver a stellar performance, securing Ferrari's first pole position of the season. This disparity, on a track that should have been a fortress for Hamilton, broke something within him. He was heard on the team radio saying his performance was useless and suggested that Ferrari should find another driver. These comments, described as horrible and hard listening by F1 pundit Jamie Chadwick, reveal a profound level of demoralisation that has never been seen from Hamilton before. This is where the shocking calls for retirement begin. According to the Daily Mail, former F1 Supremo Bernie Ecklestone, a man who has shaped the sport for decades, believes Hamilton is tired and cheating himself by continuing. He went so far as to say that if he were Hamilton's manager, he would negotiate a severance deal with Ferrari to end his career at the close of this season. Ecclestone's view is brutally simple. Once you reach the top, the only way is down, and it's time for Hamilton to do something completely different. For Ecklestone, Hamilton's talent is not in question, but his motivation and drive are, and he fears the 7-time champion is tarnishing his own legacy by staying too long. But the opinions are fiercely divided. On one side, we have F1 CEO Stefano Domenicali, a man who knows the pressure of leading Ferrari, who, speaking to Sky Sports F1, urged his former team to keep the faith. He called Hamilton an incredible athlete and a jewel, convinced that the 7-time champion will react and go on to achieve his 8th world title. He believes a total reset over the summer break is all Hamilton needs to rediscover his form. Likewise, his former boss, Toto Wolff, is confident that the new 2026 regulations will provide the perfect opportunity for Hamilton to shine once again with a more level playing field. This brings us to a critical insight: the 2026 regulations. Our research shows that these are the most dramatic changes in over a decade, designed to make the cars smaller, lighter, and more agile. Crucially, the power units will be radically different, with a ban on the MGU-H and a massive increase in electrical power, almost a 300% boost from the battery alone. This is the game changer that Hamilton's supporters are banking on, as it could erase the ground effect struggles he's faced since 2022. It's a fundamental reset of the entire sport, and many believe it's the perfect chance for Hamilton to find his groove and compete at the very front again. However, not everyone shares that optimism. Three-time W Series champion Jamie Chadwick sees a double whammy for Hamilton. He knows the current car isn't a title winner, and he feels like he's not there at the moment either. This paints a picture of a driver lost in his new environment. Pundit Jacqu Villanerv, who knows a thing or two about competing against a dominant teammate, agrees. He notes the undoubtedly disappointing start to his time at Ferrari and acknowledges the difficulties of adapting from the English and German methods of Mercedes. Villeneuve, speaking to Gazzetta dello Sport, believes the real confrontation with his teammate Charles Leclerc, who has secured 5 Grand Prix podiums to Hamilton's 0 and is firmly entrenched as the team's darling, will happen in 2026 when the new regulations put them on an even keel. The fans themselves are split, perfectly mirroring the debate among pundits and former F1 bosses. A recent poll conducted by Racing News 365 asked about Hamilton's future. A clear majority of 51.10% of voters believe he simply needs patience for 2026, while a significant 31.57% feel his time is up and he should retire. This poll, taken in the immediate aftermath of his Hungarian meltdown, shows just how divided the F1 community is on the fate of one of its greatest ever stars. It's an era-defining champion facing an existential crisis with no clear path forward. So what happens if Lewis Hamilton, the greatest of his generation, ignores these calls for retirement and continues into 2026? Will the new regulations truly be the saviour his supporters hope for? Or could his struggles continue in an even more unfamiliar car? What if his relationship with Ferrari, already strained by his honest self-criticism, fractures completely, leading to a premature departure? And what if, as Jacqu Villanerv suggests, the real confrontation with Charles Leclerc in 2026 is a one-sided affair, with Leclerc cementing his place as Ferrari's leader? The stakes couldn't be higher for the legacy of Lewis Hamilton. What would a Hamilton retirement mean for the sport as a whole? Would it pave the way for a new generation of champions to emerge, or would it leave a void that can never be filled? Would his departure signal a new era of dominance for a young driver like Leclerc? Or would it be the final nail in the coffin of an era defined by his rivalry with Max Verstappen? The answers to these questions are not just about one driver, they are about the future of F1 itself. Do you believe Lewis Hamilton should retire now, or do you think the new 2026 regulations will be his greatest comeback story? Let us know your predictions in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for all the latest updates and drama from the world of Formula One.